All right, everyone, welcome to our second match of the night. New Zealand Storm versus the Canadian touring team. Lachlan Williams behind the microphone once again. Apologies joining you a little late behind the mic, but just making sure we're all set up. We haven't missed too much. It's about 2 minutes into this first quarter and it's 0-0 right now. The Canadians are playing short-handed for the next 30 seconds or so. They had a penalty for too many on, but they've been able to kill most of that penalty. And back out to even strength now for Canada, so successful penalty kill. Shot missing wide from the Storm. Able to track it down and get a second chance here. So between the pipes, it's Marek Corbier. That's for Canada, and between the pipes for the Storm, I believe that's Lucas Deshawn down the other end. But it is the Storm that, well, they've settled into this game nicely in a bit of an up and back start to the game. Nabi, now Dylan, he's been one of the better players we've seen so far this week. Back to Nabi now, Dylan. Tries to get the reset, only as far as his defender. The rain has subsided and it looks a little bit clearer. It's hard to tell in the night sky, but fingers crossed it's the worst of the rain is past us. Deshawn gets a save on that one. It will be still quite slippery out there for the players though. And there we go, that's our first goal of the night. That's Alex Sanchez that hits the scoreboard. He's been probably the most prolific I think we've seen across the first two nights and wasting no time getting back in on the action. Took us about 5 minutes to find that first goal. The goals were flying in left, right and centre. Our earlier game, really close match between Kings and the Thunder. It's the Thunder that came ahead with a 2-goal win in that one. So very up and back at the moment. No real fluidity to the game at this stage. Not really any resets happening. Sort of one-shot possessions on both ends. Shot, once again, a defender getting in the way of that one, so Canada will take it forward again. They'll have to get moving on this clearance though. Only 3 seconds to get this one into their front half, and they get it there in the end, but only as far as a white stick, which has been tipped it back into their defensive half. Here comes Jakubo underneath, tied up, and Deshawn keeps that one out, collected off the ground. Ball comes loose. Canada, good offensive pressure to get a second crack at it. Ball still up for grabs. That's nicely done by Mortimer Underwood. Put his head over it, but we do have a whistle. Some players tied up. We're going to have a penalty coming, I think. Or are we just going to have a change of possession? No, we're just going to give the ball back to the Canadians. Harris feeds to pretty much no one in particular, so it's Deshawn that tracks it down. I've seen him comfortable outside of the net so far this week. That pass just missing long, no, so it's going to come back with interest. Cutters coming through for Canada and hitting the back of the cage, Ben Majorki. So back we go. Nabi over to Cornet. Fakes the wind up, kicks across. Drops the shoulder, Spivey all the way through. Good cover there from Corbiere. Tied up as Anderson, but gets out of trouble. They've only got a couple of seconds to get this one forward. And they do with 1 second left on the clearance clock. Hildebrand. Jakubo. Fakes the wind up. Now moves it across to Majorki, most recent goal scorer. Got Hildebrand across the top. Instead looks inside to Hatches and beats Deshawn. Alex Hatches, that's 2 for him. So probably quite a similar start to what we saw last night between the Kings and the Canadian team. It's the Canadians that came away with a 3-0 early lead, but and here they go again. Good save from Deshawn. But after that, it was the Kings that fought back. Fell just short in the end, but the Storm not looking too uncomfortable, but Canada working their way into this game nicely. Hatches, the threat so far. Back across the top to Majorki. Little slip. No harm done. But has lost a fair bit of time, or he's lost the ball in the end. Spivey wants to get back onto the left hand and decides to hold things up. Oh, that's just a little clumsy error from Ashton Szynski and a bit of a coach killer, that one. Unforced error, gives the ball back. As mentioned, the conditions much nicer than they were about half an hour ago for the end of our previous game. Not raining out there right now. Not trying to jinx anyone. But we hope it stays that way. Shot saved again from Deshawn. Has he done enough to keep it from heading over the line? He certainly has. Nice desperation effort. But big trouble now from the Storm. Even if they get this ball free. I don't think they're going to get it clear in time. And there is a penalty coming. So it's the goal scorer, Hatches. That's going to serve a couple for a hold. Second power play opportunity of the night for the Storm. Shot missing wide. Spivey, no one comes at him, so just steps in, gets the shot off. Good save from Corbière. Another 4:30 here for the Storm. Dylan, no one comes at him either, so steps in, missing high. No one comes at Spivey once again, looks for the roller. But once again, in the way of a Canadian stick. Nicely done there from John Narby to win the ball back. Important chance here for the Storm. Nichols. Cross to Narby. Now corner. Back to Narby. Shot missing wide from corner. Collected by Dylan. Just left that one hanging out. Checked away, but Spivey does the work on the follow-up. First goal of the night for the NZ Storm, and it's Luke Spivey that hits the back of the cage. So nice finish as the Storm get on the board. Successful power play for the Storm. So it's back to 5v5 out there now. Bloom. About 3.5 left in the quarter. Bit too much on that. So it will be turned over. Dylan. Narby, back to Dylan. Again, numbers hold off, so gets the shot off. Good save again from Corbière. Plenty of off-ball contact. Where's it going to end up? It's fallen into the stick of Corbière, who's made a nice outlet to Hildebrandt. If he wanted to, there was only one white jersey in front of him, but decides to hold things up, get some fresh legs out there. Now across to Hatches. Kubo. I think there might have been an illegal screen there, so it's going to come back the way of the Storm, but they're going to give it right back. That's a frustrating one. With under 2 minutes to play now. Hatches. Under one. Good save to Sean, getting his team out of trouble once again. But that is a killer. Taking the ball back through the crease was Honeyfield. So doing a lot of the right things, the Storm right now, but some little simple mistakes. Not quite proving too costly right now, but those errors do tend to add up as the game progresses. No one comes at Majorki. That shot affected. And a lot of trouble here for the Storm to get the ball clear. Red jerseys everywhere. I didn't hear a whistle, so players had stopped, but the ball was still in play. I think, I was going to say it was a generous play from the officials. It was down to about 17 on the clearance on the shot clock. So in the end, it will be a violation. It's going to go back to Canada. Kubo. Dugan, nice cut. But again, missing. Deshaun, he's got nothing to throw to, so just has to put it to the advantage of Stevens. Collects it. He's got red jerseys ahead of him, so a little fortunate there that it's fallen to a teammate in Spivey. Lots of work to do. Watson. Kubo. About 10 left in the game. Jakubo gets the shot, and a good save. There is a penalty coming, though. And with 1 second left, there will be a Storm player serving some time. Who's it going to be? Nathan Honeyfield, by the looks. Going to sit.
1 minute, Richard. 1 second. 1 second.
So that brings an end to the first term.
You can't go out, mate. You can only go out at half time.
So 3-1 the lead to Canada.
Bring your drink over if you
All right, second quarter about to get underway. It's a 3-1 lead to Canada after the first 15 minutes. It's a face-off win to the Canadians to start this second term. They do have a power play. Nathan Honeyfield sitting. He's got most of his penalty remaining. Ches denied by Deshaun. Nice start from the West Aussie. Again, denied by Deshaun. Really good save. Wheeling around is Hildebrandt. Again, Hildebrandt, that shot missing wide, no reset, still plenty of time on the shot clock. Stepped inside, denied again by Deshawn. That's 3 in a row now. And 4 on the trot. He is having some sort of play right now. And he's going to have to answer some more questions. Once again, Deshawn. That set belonged to the goalie from the Storm. Really well done. Nabi dispossessed. He just needs to put his head over it and did really well, young man. 30 left on the penalty. So fast break chance here for Canada. He is off to the races here, Majorki. 1v1 against Deshawn. Denied again. He's lost sight of the ball here, though. Deshawn again, mate, up to the task. And they are back to even strength now. That is a penalty killed pretty much only to the thanks of Lucas Deshawn. Anderson. Majorki. Dugan up across to Hatches, rolls back onto the trusted left. Denied once again. Now he's got Mulcahy. He's got a number cutting across the face of the goal, gets it there, and Dylan. Both goalies having some sort of quarter at the moment. Watson rides the contact, gets out of trouble. Oh, back into it now, loses it. That's a really good defense from Simons. Hildebrandt fakes. Shot well high. 5 on the shot clock, so Harris just lets one loose. Denied again by Deshawn. Ball still anyone's for the taking. It's the Storm that come up with it. And it's just heaved down to their back corner. It's a foot race, but only red jerseys chasing. Storm happy to concede. Just send numbers back into defence. So Hatches slips inside. He slipped his man too, but put that one down. Harris. The wind up. And feed inside again. To Hatches, just a little error to put up a goal scoring opportunity. Deshawn denies Dugan. And in and out of trouble is Kian Mulcahy. Carney Field. Over to Spivey. Feet side of Dylan. They allow him on the inside. That's hit the top of the pipe and that's into the car park. I didn't think that took any piece of the red jersey, but it will stay with the Storm. Dylan drives hard. Crease dive. No good. Does get the reset though. Looking low is Spivey. Held out by Corbière. Anderson. Time flying through this quarter. We've only seen the one goal so far. Actually, no goals so far. just as I say that, the dam wall is broken, and we have our first goal.
81-12. 91. Thank you.
As the rain also starts to pick up.
Lockie, can you just reach ours as well? Sorry to do that to you. Thank you. Put it up there.
So the rain starts to fall once again. We've whacked the umbrellas back up over our gear here in the commentary and scorers area. Water and technology, not the best mix. Sean makes another big save. Hildebrand, shot denied again. But there will be a penalty coming. It's going to be Eli Mortimer Underwood serving a couple for a cross check.
I spent too much time here, sir.
He does spend a lot of time in the box, Eli, self-admitted.
He's tiny, dude. I can't do anything about it. I'm 6'6", I guess. Nobody wants me to hit guys, and I get thrown for it, so we don't hit anybody. And if I just stand there, I get in trouble.
Good ball movement from Canada, but that shot way wide. So just need to be patient here, the Storm.
Job is to kill it, Spive. Job is to kill it.
Ends up with Dylan.
Hold it, Spive. Come back out higher.
Now Spivey.
Wait. Let them come to you.
Gets plenty of contact and loses possession. Now they're going to have to hustle back home, the Storm. They did well to get numbers back. And a minute 20 left on the penalty. Majorki cutting wide open, so is Durgan. Just ball watching where the Storm defenders, and once again their goalie getting them out of trouble. Corner. Nichols down to Dylan. Back through Nichols, over the head of Spivey, off the fence, right back to his teammate. 10 on the shot clock. Zips it low. So looking for the reset now. They'll just send this one off. Less than 30 on the penalty. So probably one last meaningful possession here for Canada on the power play. It's just players everywhere at the moment. They are a man down, but it's looking a little bit easy for Canada, and just like that. But another good save from Deshawn. And they are back to even strength now. So penalty killed, but still under plenty of heat. Storm, got to be careful not to give away another one here. And just as I say that, they have. I think it's going to be Nathan Honeyfield that is going to serve some time. He's become accustomed with the penalty box the last few nights. Great save from Deshawn again, but he's got plenty of work to do. That goal has gone flying, so we're going to have to pause the game. And there is a penalty coming. It's Honeyfield once again. So he's going to sit for 5 minutes. He's Nathan Honeyfield for a cross check. Hatches. And loose error from Dugan. Let's turn that one over. No need to do anything too silly here for the Storm. Let that ball go as long as you can. You want to kill as much clock right now as possible. Penalty clock is inside the game clock by about a minute. Dylan. Cizinski doesn't need to go anything too soon, but why not if you can shoot like that? Ashton Cizinski, number 2 for the Storm.
From somebody?
So back into the middle. Short-handed goal for the Storm. And they're back within 2. All 3 of these Australian teams have been really competitive with the Canada side. Something we haven't really seen the last few years in these preliminary rounds. It's been quite one-sided. Canada still coming away on top, but they have been competitive. Just as I say that, that's a nice goal from Logan Hildebrandt. 1 goal off the major.
Thank you.
That's 1 off the major, so we're still 5 on 4.
Thanks very much.
No, 5 on 4.
So 1 goal off that major penalty. And still a shorthand of the Storm. Narby won the face-off but couldn't follow up his good work early. Bloom back to Hildebrandt. Jakubo down to Majorki. Back to Jakubo. Very patient build-up from the Canadians right now. That's a bit of a wild one, though. No reset, so 5 seconds on the clock. He'll have to go again, Jakubo. Except it goes to Majorki. Still no reset, so another possession killed for the Storm. And with the clock running, they really should be taking their time going to pick this ball up.
3 minutes.
Yeah, nicely done by Luca Dillon. Waiting for all numbers to arrive. Nabi. Dillon. Numbers press. Jasinski looking for that corner once again. Denied. Corner. They've got a full 30, so they don't need to do anything too silly. I think that's what the call from the box is, although Cornet's wound up, and that's twice I've said it, and twice they scored. So really nicely done by Elliot Cornet.
Thank you.
So that's 2 short-handed goals in a row for Storm. And possession from the middle. So things not looking too bad for them right now. Still 2:20 to kill on their penalty. As they zip inside, Nabi. That was a nice look, but denied by Corbière. Watson down to Hildebrandt. Harris. Space everywhere here for Canada. Just not quite able to capitalise on it at the moment. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wind up, no reset. So again, another possession will be killed here. And successfully defended by the Storm. Nicely done. Minute and a half left on the penalty. They can really just kill another 10 seconds or so off this penalty right now. Nothing too silly from the Storm. Spivey across to Dylan. Little loose, so that's nicely done by Cornet to get that ball away with the shot clock counting down. And they've run the clock down to 1 minute, but there are players everywhere. Again, a little skill error from Canada. They will keep possession. And Cutter Hatches wide open on the crease, denied again by Deshaun. Good stick in the way. Got to defend this man here. I think there's a bit of confusion out there for the Storm, whether they're playing man on man or the zone. Really got to play that 4-box shot. I don't know if there was a piece on that or if it was. There's no reset call, so still no reset as defenders get sticks on that. Really well done by the Storm, and with 10 seconds left on the penalty. One goal conceded, but 1 goal scored on the penalty, and that's something they can be really pleased with. That's a bit of a wild one, but they will get the ball back. No reset, so 15 on the shot clock. Oh, sorry, 10 on the shot clock. Just left the washing out to dry there. Did Luke Spivey and he's paid the price. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Dropping the shoulder is Colin Bloom. Nicely defended by Mulcahy. Up to Hatches, you can't let him wind up, and they have let him go. Deshaun again, but on the follow-up, once again denied. I think we're gonna have a timeout on the Storm. .15 seconds left in this quarter. 2-goal lead to the Canadians as it stands. So 15 seconds left in this first half. They've got to go very quickly here, the Storm. They had the message from Wade Hammond, but don't look too keen to go real hard now. Shot, not a great one. Corbier's reeled it in. Heaves it down court. Well, the net was empty. I completely missed that. They came out with 6, did the Storm. So the heave down court was actually a shot on goal from Corbier. He pulled it wide. In the end, it's Canada that go into the main break with a 2-goal advantage. We'll take a short break and be back with you after halftime. Second half underway here. Our 6th game of the 2026 Commonwealth Cup, and while the Storm wasting no time to head to the cage. Seen a change in goalie for both teams. It's Cooper Senyuk between the pipes for Canada and Abigail Casamento for the Storm. And, well, Alex Hatches, he's also wasting no time, but stripped away nicely. Eli Mortimer Underwood's got a task to get this ball to safety. Gets it forward, and just chucks it back into his own half. And that could be a delayed game on Luke Spivey. Nope, I'm going to let it go. Hatches. Back onto the right and finds the back of the net. Nice goal.
Thank you.
So this is our final match of, I guess you want to call it the round robin or maybe exhibition stage of the competition. Tomorrow night we come back for the final. Canada will take on a select Australian side for the vying for the Commonwealth Cup. I have to say, from what I've seen over the last couple of nights, it could be quite an interesting contest. Last few Canada have been comfortably the better side, but they've been tested by these 3 Australian teams. So once you put the best of against them, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And just a reminder, the box lacrosse action doesn't stop there. The Australian National Box Championships begin tomorrow, I believe, from about midday. Check out the Australian Lacrosse Network and Lacrosse Australia social media channels for the schedules and to keep an eye on the streaming. Spivey right into his defender, and I think Bauer Dayrider's feeling that one. Jasinski pulls that, keeps it high, over to Spivey. And there is a penalty coming for an off-the-ball hit. Hayden Watson's going to sit for a couple of minutes, I would say. Spivey goes to the cooker, denied. And we'll see what the call is. So checking from behind is the call. Hayden Watson's going to sit for a couple. Yeah, so just make sure to keep an eye on the ALN and LA social channels and YouTube channel over the next couple of days, or from tomorrow, really, to catch all of that action. So back to the action here. It's a power play chance for the Storm, giving plenty of space and really too much time and space.
Sorry? 23 got the goal.
For Ash and Jasinski.
5-5.
So successful power play for the Storm. Move back within 2. And they get the ball from the middle now. Nicely done. Corner. Little underhand shot from Nabi. Knocked back. Plenty of players on the ground. I think they might have been a little old in there, but play allowed to continue. Jasinski. Wants a shot wide, no reset. So I'll have to get home. Will the Storm. Boxies on the defensive end this quarter, so are able to get numbers back easily. Nice feed inside to Hatcher. It's too easy to roll off, and he's going to make you pay every single time he gets inside there. Lead back out to 3. Bloom from the middle. Could have been back-to-back, pretty quick succession. And they wait for the numbers to arrive from the box. Do Canada. Harris. Majorki. Ball bobbles away. Only a couple on the shot clock, so they're going to have to fire one. That misses well wide. No reset. Penalty. Defensive set successful for the Storm. Spivey. Cross-court ball. Dillon. Nice little feed inside to Nichols, and that's a really nice finish there. Good link up from Bailey Nichols and Luca Dillon. So it's not going away yet, the Storm. They work it back within 2. And they win from the middle once again. Dillon sees the cutter from Spivey, and that's back within 1. In the blink of an eye, is it all clear? No, not all clear. I thought, not too sure what the call was there, if there was a crease violation, but denied on that occasion was Spivey. Ball finds the outside of the back of the net. Shot clock does sit at 0, so not too sure exactly what's going on there. And our officials are just going to try and figure that out. So the shot clock was down at 0, so we're just trying to work out what was going on. After all that, it will go the way of the Storm, which I think is probably the right call. No, that's about as tight as it can get there. Nabi flying across the halfway line just to keep that one in his front half. Feed on the inside, well defended. Jasinski across to Dillon. Hasn't hit the scoreboard yet, but has a few assists to his name. Nicely done by Bauer Dayrider. Across to Anderson. Back up to Majorki. Harris, now Dugan. Wasted plenty of the shot clock here, so Hatchis has got to go pretty quickly here on the pick and slip with Jakubu. And that's another shot clock violation from Canada. So defensively holding up for the Storm right now. Nabi, he's got Dillon, but too many red jerseys, and in the end, too worried about everything else that's what was going on. Just need to protect the ball for a sec. And in the blink of an eye. Another one for Canada. Lead back out to 3. Nicely done by Bloom to pop that one forward. Takes a stick on the way through. Finds the cutter. And at pace, Dugan. They're peppering them in now. (9-5) to Canada. So goals coming in quick succession for Canada. Storm just need to try and settle into the game, back into the game now, and try and protect their goalkeeper a little bit more. Abigail Casamento under plenty of heat, able to keep that one out. Nicely done. Hildebrandt, Hatches, Harris. Jorky slips under, gets the shot off. Another good save there from Casamento. And keeps the ball safe at the same time. Really nicely done. Nabi. Just one to beat. Gets past that. Dylan. Cut from corner. No harm done with the drop pass. Across to Spivey, under, gets back onto the left. Shot. I don't think that got as far as the keeper in the end. And flick out the back to Hildebrandt. Able to collect without too much pressure, so just sits off and no one comes at him in the end. Jorky. 5 on the shot clock. Kubo across to Dugan and finds the top corner. That's a nice finish. Lead out to 5 now, game high. So Arby, given the clearing duties, asks a lot of Spivey. Doesn't have to keep control of it. About 5.5 left in this third quarter. Dylan. Gets it back. But loses that ball. Players just tumbling over each other, incidentally. Dayrider, little slip, but falls to a teammate, Jakubo, under plenty of heat. Runs himself out of trouble, and a slip, and another slip, and hopefully, yep, he's okay, he's getting up. Here comes Harley Stevens, head of steam, trying to find the top corner, just missing. And there is a man, won it by himself. Jakubo is out the back, but it's fallen to Abigail Casamento nicely. Needs some help on the clear here, though. So she just pops it over the top. Picked off by Hildebrandt. Nice stick from Nabi. Stops that ball getting into the dangerous area. Nice cut, but tied up. That's a little bit stiff. I think that was really well defended. Either way, it's going to be Canada that take possession again. And a wide open cut, just the Storm plays ball watching again. Nabi, he's got Dylan up court, decides to keep it. Needs to settle now, too many red jerseys in his face. Spivey, there is a foul coming here though. So Spivey gets out of trouble. Nabi lets one loose, pipe, denied, and I think it's going to head back, but we'll see a Canada player head to the box. I think it's for a slash, maybe it was to the head. Is going to be the call on Bauer Day Rider. Yeah, so slash is the call. He's going to sit for a couple. 3.5 to play in this third quarter. Nabi steps in, missing wide, no reset. Spiver feeds across to Dylan. Little slower ball, trying to find the top corner. Nicely done by Senyuk to keep it out. The Canadians just flick it to their own advantage down court. Anderson collects it. He's still only got a one-on-one here if he really wants to go. And go he does, denied. Nicely covered there by Abby Casamento. Still over a minute left on the power play here for the Storm. Just not quite moving the ball with the same intensity we saw earlier, and just a little error there. So it's going to be Canada off to the races once again. Here comes Anderson, gets ahead of people. Did he cop a little shove there? No is the call. So the Storm get another chance. 30, just over 30 left on the penalty. Spivey, well, didn't need to attack too heavily there. You've got the extra number. Nice cut there from Nabi and a good save. Dylan. Now Spivey winds up low, missing. That's about 10 on the shot clock. Denied again by Senyuk. And back to even strength now. Penalty killed by Canada. And Bauer Day Rider straight out of the penalty box. Gets that ball forward for Canada. Now it's Jakubo. Just one to beat, gets underneath him. And hits the cage. Malik Jakubo. Number 2 of the night for him. As Canada move ahead by 6. Less than a minute left in this third quarter. Nice stick there from Eli Mortar Underwood, but the big boy just lost his footing. He's got a big smile on his face. That's good to see, and that's a big shot from downtown. Nice finish from Tobin Dugan. There's a big stick on helmet there, so there is another foul coming here for the Storm. They will go into the break, a man down, unless they do concede here. Shot clock and game clock pretty well in line. And they have dragged the keeper here, Canada, 6v5. Harris feeds the middle. And Jakubo, well, you don't need to worry about that penalty. He's just going to put the ball away for his third. Canada romping it in now, 8 ahead, with about 8 seconds left. So that penalty was coming for Honeyfield for a slash. Not coming anymore. So one last chance here if they're aware of the clock for corner. And they won't get the chance. So that is the end of the third quarter. A big one for Canada. They extend their lead out to 8 now. We'll take a short break and be back with you for the final quarter. 15 minutes left in night 3 of Commonwealth Cup action. It's Canada that, well, they ran away within that term. 8 goals to 2. Really pulled away. And it's a 8-goal margin now, 13-5 in their favour. And haven't waited long to add to their tally. So everything going Canada's way at the moment. Another face-off win, but Honeyfield does well to get his stick on the ground ball. Pops up in the air. Who's just going to come with it? Well, of course, it's Canada right now. Nicely done by Logan Hildebrandt. They have gelled nicely after half-time. Shots going in. Looking a lot more threatening defensively, offensively and stable defensively. And a nice save there from Casamento. Heave down court to Dillon, one-on-one with Seniuk and finds the top left corner. Nicely done, Luke Dillon. He joins the goal scorers for the night, his first. Ball with Spivey, down to Dillon. Cutter comes from Nabi. Shot denied by Seniuk. Anderson on transition. He's got Hildebrandt. Decides to slow things down though. Up to Dugan. Good shot. Saved by Casamento. Hildebrandt. Cross to Jakubo. Too easy, and another good save from Casamento. So it's Mulcahy that clears to safety. Cross to Spivey. Nichols over to Dillon. Gets underneath. Dillon gets the shot off. Simple save from Seniuk. He's got an outlet. Everything just coming together at the moment. And Anderson zipping that one across to the man coming from the box. I think that was Jakubo that just put that one down. That was a bit of a hit there on Nichols, and there's a bit of how you going on the far side. And I think we will see probably a couple of players sitting now. So I think Bailey Nichols took a bit of a late hit, and then there was some retribution dished out from one of his teammates. I think it's going to be Nathan Honeyfield, who we've seen a few times in the box tonight and this week. He's going to have to sit. So it's Aiden Halliday that's going to sit for Canada. Honeyfield for the Storm. We just wait and see what the punishments will be. So Halliday is going to sit for a couple for a cross check. Honeyfield is going to sit for 5 for a major for boarding. Is the wash up. And after all that, the ball will go the way of the Canadians. Safe to say both boys in the box not too happy with the calls, but it's 4v4 out there right now. Canada will have a 3-minute power play whenever their penalty comes to an end. Hildebrandt gets underneath, double comes, but the foul has come with it. Eli Mortimer Underwood is going to come join us in the box again. Good, she did get a piece on it, did Casamento. It's been denied though. Got no goal, no goal. So Eli Mortimer Underwood's going to sit for a couple as well. Sitting for a cross check.
By average penalties, I might make the All-Star team.
So man down now are the Storm, and they will be 2-man down once the Canadian penalty comes to an end in about a minute's time. Nicely done by the Storm to win that one forward. That ball not so good though. It's ended up down the court of Seniook. Not the worst outcome though, just getting rid of the ball. Hatches across the top. Nice movement from Canada, and that's classy ball movement. Good finish from Ben Harris. Gets on the end of some good work.
Am I released?
Just wait a minute.
So Eli Mortimer Underwood is back out there now. He just wanted me to give a shout out back to Victoria, BC, I think he said. So hello to Eli's friends and family watching back where he hails from. Seen a little bit of Eli in the box area tonight. Served a couple of penalties. Yeah, so they've sent an extra out there, Canada, and they're going to pay the price. So it'll be Tayson Knife that serves the 2 minutes penalty for Canada. So Storm will be a player up for the next 30 seconds while that first Canada penalty expires. Nice ball movement, but good save from Seniook on the shot from Dylan. Anderson holds it up. Halliday back out there now, so it's back to 4v4. Nabi, nice check there from Majorki. Corner transitions well. He's got to attack the ball carrier. Did nicely in the end. So 4v4 still out there. Jakubo, shot, inside pipe, goal.
That's 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
We might be okay.
So the rain just arriving once again. And our clock keepers here keeping very busy with the penalties. Aiden Halliday rejoins us here in the penalty area. I missed what the call was, but this is going to serve it for an illegal body check. So we're back to 4v4 out there. Plenty of 4v4 this quarter. Dylan across to Spivey. Shot. Nice finish there from Luke Spivey.
Yes, it is.
So a little bit of chaos in the last few minutes. There's been players coming to the box left, right and centre. And Canada hit the box, hit the scoreboard once again. Alex Hatcher's hitting the cage once again. 30 seconds left on the Storm penalty, minute left on the Canada penalty. So back to even strength. The 5 back out there for the Storm. So they got a 30-second power play effectively through the Storm, but Canada will be happy just to run that clock down while that penalty expires. About 20 left on that penalty. About 6.5 left. And another one for the Canadians. So closing stage of this, about 6 minutes left. It's Canada that have edged ahead after a pretty competitive first half from the Storm. Canadians have really switched on after half-time and been able to pepper the cage a little bit more. And continue to pepper they do. Kubo adds another to his tally. He's having a big night.
Thank you.
Narby does nicely in the middle, wins the ball for the Storm, under plenty of heat from Majorki. As the players approach the commentary area here, you can really hear the feet slipping and screeching on the ground. Good save there from Casamento. Oh, she did get a piece on it, just tipped it inside. So another goal to Jakubo. Canada up by 13 now.
Thank you.
So I've turned away for half a second, and it looks like all hell's broken loose out there. Goals are missing. The umpires, referees are discussing. Not too sure exactly what the calls were going to be here. I'll wait to find out. So our officials are still adjudicating between themselves here, trying to figure out who made the certain plays, who's going to sit. Home player Tayson Knife is making his way over for the Canadians. So here comes the call. So Spivey's going to sit for the Storm. Majorki and Knife are over for Canada. And it's just only going to be one Canadian. So it's Tayson Knife for Canada, Luke Spivey for Storm. And we're just working out what the calls are for. So 2 minutes for interference for the goalie with Luke Spivey. So the penalty is on the goalkeeper, Cooper Seniuk for Canada. So it's 2 minutes each. They effectively wipe each other off. Four v 4 out there right now. Good save there from Casamento. Ball still with Canada. Just, again, they've been caught ball watching a little bit tonight, the Storm, and it's hurt them defensively. Just letting the red jerseys walk around as they please. Harris down to Jakubo, who's been really impressive tonight. Majorki, I've also liked his game. Shot clock violation, so it's going back with John Norby. Narby, sorry. Kaczynski across to Dillon. 10 on the shot clock. Gets underneath, winds up, shot missing wide, and no one can track down the rebound, so it's going to sit for Anderson on transition for Canada. Majorki. Up to Jakubo. Now Dugan. Back to Jakubo. The cut comes from Majorki. Just misses that one. Rain coming down a little bit more now. Harris gets the shot off and beats on the inside. Ben Harris puts Canada's 21st of the night in. So we're just going to pause the game for a sec. So I think Abby Casamento just needed a break to get some water. Don't think anything more than that. And sleep in the wet conditions. Looks okay though. And both Canada and Storm penalties end at the same time. Back to 5v5 out there right now. Under 3 minutes to play. Good cover there from Seniok again. It's been a brick wall between the pipes since he's come on. Good defense from Dillon, but Majorki gets himself out of it and then loses it in the end. Dillon does collect the ground ball. Waits for numbers to arrive in support. Little hidden ball trick. Stays with Luca Dillon in the 55. Still with Dillon. 10 on the shot clock. Spivey, shot clock down to 5, so he's going to have to let one loose. No reset. That's off a defender. Won't matter. Ball will sit with Canada. And they are in attack once again. Hildebrandt, less than 2 minutes to play. Dugan. Hatches. Dugan back to Hatches. Kicking low. No reset. And the shot clock will beat them. So we're finishing sort of the way that we started. It was quite up and back early on. Defence is winning. And it's finishing that way. Although it's been Canada's night tonight. Really dominant in these third and fourth quarters in particular. The wet weather has not faced them at all. Dare say we might be bracing for more of that tomorrow. Good save again from Seniok. There is plenty of rain on the forecast here in Melbourne. We're keeping our fingers crossed that it probably stays a little bit further north and misses us here in the west. Only time will tell. So before we finish up here, just a final mention that we will have the Commonwealth Cup final tomorrow at 8 PM Melbourne time, between Canada and a select Australian team. And then during the day on the Australian Lacrosse Network, make sure to tune in for the start of the Australian Box National Championships. All live here from the Alan Lua Box Court in Altona. Looking for one last goal is Dylan, missing high. And that is that. Canada run away 21-7 victors in our 6th game of the Commonwealth Cup for 2026. It's about to start bucketing down, I think, so we're going to call it a night there. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. My name is Lachlan Williams. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the final. Catch you all then.